Hello guys, in my devlog about the game RoboClysm. Game mixes roguelite dungeon crawling with RPG mechanics in a post-apocalyptic robo world. My name is Marcin. Grab my hand and jump with me on this solo development journey. Today we will talk about combat system and dungeon generator. Over the past 2 weeks I have made changes for both the dungeon phase and the bunker phase. I've been working on improving the combat system, making it more exciting. I also made a dungeon generator and a new enemy, bandit, for the dungeon phase. The combat system has undergone a major overhaul. First, I put gun into the hand of the hero and the enemy. Guns now have recoil after shooting. I made some graphics for muzzle flash and bullet hits. Also I added the first sounds to the game, which are shooting sounds. Add camera shake, animated crossfire and sprite for shooting. A pistol, for example, has a small sprite, and the bullet flies practically where you aim. The situation is different with, for example, a machine pistol. I added a blood effect that appears after hitting an enemy. I had a small problem with bullets hitting the wall. When the character stands sideways to the wall and fires, the bullet hits the collision area, that is the side perfectly. But when the character stands below the wall and fires, the bullet hits the collision, that starts here, and the bullet disappears here, which looks weak. I wanted the bullet to hit more or less in the center of the wall, and then disappear. For this purpose, I added another collision, which when an object enters it, counts down its random time, and only after this time, the bullet disappears, hit the wall. Each bullet crashes at a different height of the wall. I was slowly getting to the point where handmade dungeons were no longer giving me any satisfaction, so I started working on the dungeon generator. I watched some YouTube videos to know how to even start at all. Hearing the words like triangulation, noisy and other, I realized how much work awaited me. I decided that in my case something simpler would be enough. I made a room connector with the direction. I assigned them to each room at the entrance. Next, I started by spawning an enter room that has only one connector. My function takes the connector, checks the direction, and iterates by room array. Take the first, which had an opposite connector, like right left, up down. If it returns true, the function checks the available space. I don't use the collision, but check the corner and size of room. I fought with many bugs. After adding a room, the function repeats until I have, for example, 10 rooms. Next, spawn exit room. From all the other connectors, I add 3 special rooms. There will be a percentage chance for a chest to appear that will have interesting stuff. Finally, the function blocks all other open entrance with walls. First, I finished the UI and added some tabs. Most of the elements of my UI are small scenes that serve a single role, so I can use them in multiple places without unnecessary lines of code. Here we have an example of a segmented progress bar that displays the appropriate number of small segments. Hero has 6 health points, so the bar shows 6 segments. As he gets damaged, the bar shows 5. I use the same bar in the energy bar in the bunker. Also, I made shop system and shopkeeper NPC. Now the hero can sell or buy stuff from NPC. The first shopkeeper will sell the basic items, like iron ore, iron ingot, basic gun and simply chipset. Next, I will work on the chipset, which is like some slot, which you can put into the gun to change the attributes like damage, sprite or fire rate. But you can also find some special chipset, for example explosion chipset or bounce chipset, which change the properties of the bullet. And that's all I've prepared recently. I'm very curious what you guys think about the new combat system. For anyone intrigued enough to follow along this indie game project's early steps, feel free to let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments. Getting constructive feedback now, in these beginning stages, will be hugely valuable. I appreciate you taking the time to check out this devlog. Please look out for more updates on my progress in the coming months. I'm excited to take you along for the ride on this solo development journey.